While all Libras are known to be social, accepting, and generally pretty moral, did you know there's actually 3 different kinds of Libras? Watch this video where I'm going to break down what these 3 kinds of Libras are so you can find out which one you are. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabel, your spiritual rebel friend, and today we are talking about the 3 different kinds of Libras. And this is an extremely challenging moment in authenticity for me because I am currently in the process of road trip moving today, and I did not have time to put on makeup or do my hair or even put in earrings. And so even seeing my own video right now and feeling so unprofessional and insecure is quite challenging. But that kind of goes along with Libra themes, so we're working through it anyway. So if any haters feel like commenting, "Why do you look like a guy?" or "This is so unprofessional, she looks 12 years old," please just refrain because it really helps no one. Before I dive into today's video, be sure to book a reading down in the link in the description below, where in 1 hour we can dive deep into how these 3 types of Libra play out in your chart, as well as your complete personality type combination. So your entire birth chart, your Enneagram, your Myers-Briggs, and so much more. We cover it all. Sky is the limit. Book a reading down in the link in the description below. Now, some people resonate with the idea that Libras are accepting, diplomatic, very understanding, everyone feels welcome around them, and yet that they are a bit moral. Whereas other people don't resonate with that stereotype. And that is because there's 3 different kinds of Libras based off of a concept called the Decans, which I'm going to explain today. And you don't have to understand what the Decans are fully in order to get this concept and understand which type of Libra you are. So in this video specifically, I'm going to cover an introduction to the Decans, the Decan 1 Libra explained, the Decan 2 Libra explained, the Decan 3 Libra explained, words are hard, and the strengths and challenges for each of these Libra Decans and how to apply this knowledge. So if you are someone who not only wants to take in the information of astrology, but know how to practically apply it to your everyday life, watch through to the end of this video where I'm going to share my top tips for utilizing this knowledge. So first and foremost, let's cover a brief overview of what are the Decans. The Decans are a concept in astrology that are based upon the fact that there is 30 degrees within each zodiac sign, and thus creating a 360-degree wheel. And we can basically break these 30-degree segments into 3 separate phases. Just like how a child grows up to be an adult and then eventually a senior or elderly person, the same kind of concept seems to apply for the astrological zodiac signs. At least that's the way I see it. And this also, though, utilizes the knowledge that each zodiac sign has a different planetary ruler. And we can look to the other planetary rulers of the fellow elements that that sign is in to understand basically how they are going to evolve. So in contextual terms, to better understand this, Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, which is why they love luxury. And in the end, that's why they're diplomatic and why they want to be so approving, because it's just about living a beautiful life. But Libra is an air sign alongside Aquarius and Gemini. And Aquarius and Gemini are ruled by Uranus and Mercury. And so basically, Venus is like the main parent of Libra who helps Libra evolve in their journey. And then we have Uranus and Mercury stepping in almost as like co-parents to help Libra mature their knowledge. So that's my more symbolic way of interpreting the Decans. Let me know in the comments below if you want more detail and explanation on the Decans, and if you're still confused, and I'll be sure to film a whole video covering what this Decans concept is. So point being, with the concept of the Decans, this is why there's 3 different kinds of Libras and why some people resonate with the Libra stereotypes and some people don't. Because Libra as a zodiac sign has many traits, but these traits can show themselves in subtle different ways based off of additional influence from their planetary ruler that is, so to say, dominating over Libra. So now let's dive into what the different types of Libras are so you can find out which one you are. So if you were born between September 23rd and October 2nd, and or you have your sun, moon, rising, or some other planet in your chart between 0 and 10 degrees of Libra, the beginning phase of Libra, you are a Decan 1 Libra, which is going to be the stereotypical Libra ruled dominantly by Venus. Venus is the planet of love and beauty. It's the idea that once we get past survival, we want the beautiful things in life. We want a pleasureful life. We want a life full of enjoyment. And so Libra, being ruled dominantly by Venus, is the stereotypical Libra who is sociable, welcoming, and oftentimes charming. Venus always brings this energy of charm to any zodiac sign it rules over, or secondarily, so to say, rules over. So any decan of zodiac sign that has Venus involved is going to add an extra layer of charm. But Libra is the queen or king of charm in this sense, because as the second air sign we interact with, and the first sign to really represent interacting one-on-one with other people, Libra knows exactly what to say to charm people. These are sociable, welcoming people who can see all signs and sides and signs actually, and have this aura of friendliness to them, but from a place of intellectual understanding. These are the people who know how to ask the right questions to make people feel seen and heard, and oftentimes can be said to, in some cases because of this, seek approval. However, it's because they want to give approval to all those they meet. Venus is a planet that has a lot to do with harmony, and so hence why Libra, being dominantly ruled by Venus, has a lot to do with harmony, and they're known as a diplomat. Libra not only values social acceptance and being socially welcoming, but for the sake of diplomacy. Hence why there is the stereotype that this is an indecisive zodiac sign, oftentimes, because they see every point of view and they want to mediate every point of view. And with the Decan 1 Libra being ruled by Venus, this adds to their aesthetic or luxury focused nature. This is why it exists in the first place, because not only does a Libra want to see things fairly, but also they want to see things beautifully. And so this is why oftentimes Libras are known to be associated, specifically the Decan 1 Libra, with loving luxurious things and having this aesthetic presence to them, and always making sure that they're dressed well and that their hair is perfect. Can you tell I don't have much Libra in my chart? So point being, with the Decan 1 Libra, these are the most sociable, welcoming, socially charming, diplomatic mediators that you will meet. These are their strengths. But with that, there also comes some stereotypical Libra challenges. Given that Libra is ruled by Venus, whenever we talk about a Venus-ruled sign, an issue of seeking approval does often arise because they want to feel that social harmony and social acceptance. You can think of it, I almost think of it as a kid, anytime that any sort of mention of Venus or Aphrodite came up, which one and the same, just Greek and Roman god terms, there was this idea of her being this sometimes conceited person who wanted male attention. And so that kind of concept presents itself with the Decan 1 Libra being ruled by Venus, in the sense that there may be a challenge for the Decan 1 Libra more than the other two decans for the idea of seeking approval and feeling that if they're not socially welcome, that they're going to feel extremely distraught. And because also that Venus brings this rose-tinted glasses idea, because they see life beautifully, the Decan 1 Libra may struggle more so than the other two decans with feeling that they see life in, what is the word I'm looking for? Misconstrued ways. I think that's the word I'm looking for. They may wear rose-tinted glasses to life and find that they try to paint everything with a beautiful brush, so to say, and maybe avoid reality. And because they are ruled by Venus, who is so socially charming, these people may struggle more so with people pleasing. If you were born between October 3rd and October 12th, and or you have your sun, moon, rising, or some other planet in your chart between 10 and 20 degrees of Libra, you are a Decan 2 Libra. This is the Aquarius Uranus addiction. This is the Uranus addition of Libra, meaning that they take on a rebellious spirit. And I think this is the Decan of Libra, or the type of Libra that resonates the least with the Libra stereotypes, because Uranus is the planet of innovative thinking. They are naturally a rebel. They bring rebellious thoughts and a desire to rebel against the system. And Libra is often associated with judgment and with morality and, in a sense, the law. So it's more so working with the system. And also the fact that Libra seeks social acceptance. This goes very contradicting to Libra's natural energy to be a Decan 2 Libra ruled by Uranus. but it is in actuality truly fitting in the sense that it encompasses a side of Libra that is often forgotten, which is the true idea that they want diplomacy for all and understanding for all and acceptance for all. And how does the Decan 2 Libra do that? By bringing an innovative spirit to their way of thinking. So the Decan 2 Libra is one who wants change, who sees the world as a set of objective morality and wants to inspire and innovate change in these areas of life, whether that's in their social circle or through social media. These people see information and they see how things could be better. So this is the most moral, I believe, of the Libras. Not to say that they're throwing it in people's faces, but they're always thinking about how they can innovate the world. And contrary to stereotypical Libras who seem to be friend to all, this could be more of a solitary Libra, given that they're ruled by Uranus, all about innovative thinking, walking to the beat of their own drum, being a bit of a black sheep or a rebel. This could be a Libra that seems more intellectual and less social in that sense. Not to say that they fully lose their trait of being sociably welcome or liked by others, but more so they have less of a care to be networking and connecting with every single person to make them feel accepted. This is the kind of Libra who's going to seem like they're always channeling their energy towards innovation, meaning they might seem more project-based, or they may simply even put themselves, so to say, on a higher pedestal in the sense of seeking to make monumental change. So instead of being the friend who knows everyone, this is the person who's trying to appear as a social influencer or part of a chamber of commerce kind of idea. I know, weird example, but point being, the Uranus ruled Libra, the Decan 2 Libra, is going to be the more intellectual and highly innovative kind who's trying to bring more morality, more fairness, and more justice and break societal norms. And they are not afraid to walk to the beat of their own drum. However, they're still going to do so in a very aesthetic way because naturally Venus still does have some influence on the Libra archetype, no matter the Decan. I think the best way to describe the Decan 2 Libra is actually to pull from the Myers-Briggs, which I used in my previous video talking about the Leo Decans. But if you know the Myers-Briggs, there is a personality type that is the INFJ, the advocate, which I'm going to call a few people out. Everyone thinks they're an advocate. They're usually not. They're actually more of a mediator, but it doesn't matter. Point being, if you read about the advocate archetype, this really is the Decan 2 Libra. Whereas the first Decan Libra is more like the consul, the ESFJ potentially. But the advocate, the INFJ, is really the perfect summarization of the Libra 2 or the Decan 2 Libra. They're the advocate. They're envisioning a brighter future and using their skills of fairness, social justice, and aesthetic eye to create that reality. And of course, with all these strengths of being moral, justice-focused, advocating, innovative, there does come some challenges. Any challenge that will present itself for a Uranus-ruled zodiac sign is the issue of maybe being too visionary or too forward-thinking, meaning that they feel like they can never fully be present because things aren't meeting the ideal situation. So acceptance is going to be very hard for the Decan 2 Libra, whether that's acceptance of self or acceptance of others, and they may find that they isolate themselves a bit because their ideals or innovation, they feel like their intellect in the end does not quite match with the rest of the world's idealisms and intellect. After all, they are a rebel. And so with that too, I would mention another challenge for the Decan 2 Libra is the fact that they're going to feel that to accept any sort of tradition is hard. And so these people can be a bit, at times, in some ways, too rebellious. And finally, if you were born between October 13th and October 22nd, and or you have your sun, moon, rising, or some other planet between 20 and 30 degrees of Libra, you are a Decan 3 Libra, the final type of Libra, which is the Gemini Mercury edition. While I did say that the previous Decan 2 Libra is going to be more innovative, I want to clarify that the Decan 3 Libra is going to be more intellectual. And there is a subtle difference. And again, we could pull from the Myers-Briggs and say one is more TI, dominant cognitive function, and one's more NI, cognitive function. Uranus ruled Decan 2 Libra is very NI. Decan 3 Libra is much more TI. Now, what do I mean by that for people who do not know what the Myers-Briggs is? Having the additional influence of Mercury on the archetype of Libra makes these people very capable of taking in mass amounts of information. So you know all that energy we talk about with the Libra, who's being able to be a friend of everyone, know everyone, be sociable, be welcoming, be diplomatic. Not only do they have all those skills, but they can take in mass amounts of information on these skills. I personally think that this is the social networking master because of the fact that they're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the mind. It rules over the mind and the intellect and our ability to learn. And so this Decan 3 Libra is capable of using all their skills of diplomacy, social charm in mass informative amounts. They can memorize a lot about people, and they're going to have a higher mental capacity. Not necessarily the vision forward thinking innovation like a Decan 2 Libra, but more so on the end that they can be very, very aware of their reality around them, giving them heightened mental capacity. And so as far as traits, I would say the Decan 3 Libra is likely to be someone who appears to be very either scattered or just simply put quick-witted. Naturally, any Mercury-ruled zodiac sign is going to have that high stimulus that they can take in, and so they seem like they're bouncing between things, but this can also present itself as someone who appears to be scattered. On the other hand, this can appear to be someone who is rolling with the punches, so to say, and is taking in all the information at once. So hence why they can appear not only sociably charming, like a traditional Libra, but very quick-witted, very much on their toes, always making a nice little witty comment. I will personally say, because Mercury rules communication, I would bet that the Decan 3 Libra is the person who does not stop talking. And I would say that about any Mercury-ruled planet. I know I'm guilty, and I am that. After all, I run a whole YouTube channel where I talk all the time. But the Decan 3 Libra is going to be the most chatty, arguably, of the 3 Libras, whereas the first Decan is going to be more of the listener to be socially accepted. The Decan 3 Libra is going to be, as it's ruled by Mercury, more of the let me share my information with you type. They always have something to say, and they're always trying to say something that people are going to approve of and make people feel accepted. So they can easily shift their communication and what they talk about based off of who they are with. So it's still taking on that bit of shapeshifter Libra energy, but more so in the way that they always have something to say. So the Decan 3 Libra is very clever, very articulate, very quick-witted. These are their strengths. But with that, there may also be some challenges. And these are challenges that any Mercury-ruled zodiac sign will face, which is first and foremost, or biggest of all, their overthinking. Because Mercury gives you an accentuated ability to process information and speak it, you may also struggle, the Decan 3 Libra specifically, with feeling that they are constantly overwhelmed, or that they overthink things, or that they're overprocessing, since they do have the capacity. So saying overwhelmed was inaccurate. More so that they may overthink because they have the capacity to do so and get stuck in their heads. And I would also say, because Mercury always wants the most stimulating thing, the Decan 3 Libra may find that they jump ship and can't form as close of connections, and so they may seem a bit not as cold, I guess, in that. And this final challenge may sound a little bit extreme, but I do want to mention it, is that this may be the Decan of Libra that can be the most manipulative. Meaning, hear me out, Libra already shifts to how they speak, how they present themselves to be accepted by other people, because they want to make others feel accepted. And the best way to do that is to mirror them. But because of the added influence of Mercury, making them highly intellectual and intelligent. Well, I don't want to say intelligent, highly intellectual and perceptive. They may, more so than the other 2 Libras, shift how they speak and what they say to seek the approval of others or get them to approve of them. Again, natural Libra trait, and there's plenty of strengths alongside with that. So now that you know which type of Libra you are of the 3, what do you do with that information? There are really 2 major benefits I have found from understanding the decans of the zodiac signs. First and foremost is understanding your strengths better. Yes, all Libras are accepting. Yes, all Libras are great with diplomacy and being mediators. But depending on which decan you are, how you present these strengths, or what exactly your strengths are going to be subtly different. For example, the Decan 1 Libra is going to be the stereotypical social charmer and very aware of aesthetics and beauty. The Decan 2 Libra is going to be a social innovator and challenge social norms. The Decan 3 Libra has the capacity to be more stimulated, to take on more information, and to network unlike anyone else. And alongside knowing your strengths, on the contrary, one of the best benefits of knowing your Decan of Libra is understanding your challenges. In the sense that, yes, all Libras may struggle with feeling like they never quite get the approval they're looking for, or they never feel like they quite know their authenticity since they easily shift based off of other people and who they spend time with the most. But depending on the Decan of Libra you are, this might present itself slightly differently. So for example, the Decan 1 Libra is probably going to face the most feelings of no one quite approves of me, and I have to win over their approval. Whereas the Decan 2 Libra is going to find that maybe more they feel like no one's going to accept me in the first place, so I'm not going to really even interact with them or find my bubble or even try. I think apathy would potentially be a very big challenge for the Decan 2 Libra. And the Decan 3 Libra is going to find that not so much even the approval side is, so to say, their issue, but more so how they overthink their interactions, which does in the end potentially lead to them still feeling that sense that no one approves of me, but it's more so their mind is the main struggle. And again, I do know I kind of focused on just the one side of approval for the Libra in that interpretation, but really there's so much more to it. There's still like that all that information applies to their diplomatic nature, to their luxury seeking nature, and so much more. So let me know in the comments below which Decan of Libra are you, and did this resonate for you? What do you think I missed about your Decan of Libra? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more on how this is affecting your chart, the Decans, and understand the rest of your chart as a whole, book a reading down below where in 1 hour we dive deep into your chart, as well as giving you a complete overview or any kind of overview into upcoming transits or current transits. In the end, sky is the limit. Learn more down below and book a reading down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed. I'm almost wrapping up or finished wrapping up this Decan series. So if you know your moon, your rising, or your other planets in your chart, check out my other videos. And I'm going to give a really decorative movement to put the card in. Check out my other videos where I talk about the Decans for the other zodiac signs, and let me know what you think of those, and let me know what you want to hear about next on the channel, because I do appreciate your guys' feedback. I get analysis paralysis and I forget or get confused on what I want to film. So let me know what you want to hear about next, and I'll be sure to film about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, my name's Isabel, and from my heart to yours, namaste.